It seems the feud between cats and dogs has reached new dimensions. Here, two jackals attacked a caracal. Jackals are often underestimated, but they are agile predators. Despite being larger than a cat, the caracal, with its agility and lightning-quick reactions, managed to fend off all attacks. When one jackal distracted her, the other attacked from behind. However, the caracal retaliated with a devastating claw strike to the impudent face of the enemy. The two intruders didn't expect such resistance and left the cat alone. We will show you today other epic instances of predators making mistakes in choosing their opponents. A coyote, clever and agile predator, always seeks ways to obtain food with the minimal effort. But with time, it fell into a trap. Wolves intentionally left their meal to lure the coyote closer, annoying them. The smaller predator tried to escape the pursuit, but the wolves closed in on it, swiftly dealing with the old opponent in just a few seconds. A tiger, the largest panther in the world, faced a newcomer in its enclosure. The striped predator decided to show the rival who the top predator is. The tiger skillfully approached the opponent and struck. However, it didn't know whom it was dealing with, a liger. In the wild, tigers might be the largest cats, but in zoos, hybrids like ligers appear after a lion and tigress union. The liger is much larger than the tiger. While the tiger's true size was hard to assess while sleeping, when the tiger startled its distant relative with a sudden attack, the liger immediately countered with devastating blows. Here as well, the liger and the tiger decided to determine who the top predator is. When the liger stood up, it became clear it was about 10 to 20% larger than its opponent. Although the tiger initially managed to bring down the rival, the liger started delivering fierce blows from the ground, throwing the enemy back, then rising and counterattacking. In both cases, the tiger seriously took a beating and realized it shouldn't pick fights with its new neighbor. The prowess of ligers definitely deserves your like, doesn't it? If you want to know more about unusual animal hybrids, let us know about it in the comments. People on this bridge were shocked. They didn't dare witness such drama. Right underneath, a large wolf herded a deer into turbulent river waters. The current swept the hoofed animal away, but it couldn't attempt to reach the shore. In the water, the deer had an advantage in height. The wolf would have to swim to reach its prey, and an effective attack without a jumping point would be quite challenging. Additionally, the deer moved against the current, which could push the wolf back. The predator tried to reach its prey but realized its failure and slowed down. Consequently, the deer gradually distanced itself from its pursuer. The wolf gave up, though faster than expected. Yet these predators are known for their endurance. Did it really notice something underneath the bridge that frightened it? Indeed, it did. The deer hid under the bridge, but soon returned. It moved with the current, but didn't intend to go ashore because now, a bear was also pursuing it. This is a pretty challenging day for this deer. Just as it managed to escape from the wolf, a much larger and fiercer predator appeared right in front of it. The grizzly didn't know what it was getting itself into. The deer turned out to be incredibly crafty. It gathered its strength, swiftly turned around, even as the water tried to knock it off its feet. Then, the hoofed animal started moving with the current, alternating between running and swimming. The wolf observed the situation from the shore, as did the people on the bridge. The bear could quickly deal with the deer, but it swam much worse. Therefore, the water could carry it away more strongly than the slender deer. The bear could use the current's acceleration much less effectively. The herbivore utilized its advantage to the fullest, showing the predators that they chose the wrong animal here, not one that could be easily caught. In the end, the deer successfully distanced itself even from the bear. The female moose and her calf runs through tall grass. It's not a sporting activity, it is a chase. They are pursued by a massive grizzly. It gradually catches up with its prey. Although closing the distance won't bring the grizzly joy, the fearless moose, even without its antlers, displays incredible strength. Realizing retreating is futile, she turns around and strikes the huge bear. Despite the grizzly's bulk, the moose possesses remarkable size and strength. The female easily repels the bear, turning it into a fleeing target, and she pursues it like a scared little puppy. A massive lion roars, warning competitors and other predators on its territory to leave as far and fast as possible. However, a numerous clan of wild dogs ignores this warning. These small but incredibly agile predators fear no one. When they gather in truly large packs of around 2 dozen, they can even pose a threat to a 3-ton hippopotamus. However, this time, the predators engaged with the wrong opponent. Even though the lion is alone, it knows how to use the element of surprise most effectively. The mighty predator waits for the dogs to get involved in settling disputes within their pack. Then, like a living whirlwind of claws, fangs, and fury, the lion attacks. It charges into the heart of the pack, and the dogs instinctively scatter in different directions. The lion instantly catches and breaks the dog's spine with a single strike. The other animals are shocked. They didn't expect this, so they don't attempt to attack the lion. They now understand the huge opponent is not to be underestimated. A tiger swiftly leaps, catches the massive deer, knocks it down, and immediately seizes its throat. Everything happens so fast that only the final moments of the hunt are captured on camera. The tiger squeezes the prey's throat. The deer can no longer resist. The predator strangles the hoofed animal and crushes its trachea until the victim finally gives up. Suddenly, some noise in the thickets distracts the huge predator. The cautious tiger realizes it finished off the prey, and the deer isn't going anywhere, so the panther decides to recon in case of danger. Perhaps it's the deer's kin coming for revenge, but it turns out to be a diversionary maneuver. A bold female, outweighed and less powerful than the tiger, distracts the opponent cleverly. She circumvents the deer from the other side to seize it and abduct it. In combat, she wouldn't be able to deal with the adversary, so she resorts to cunning. However, the tigress underestimated 2 things: the deer's heavy weight and the tiger's intelligence. The tiger realized the attempt to deceive him and quickly returned to its prey. The enraged beast immediately rushed to defend its well-earned lunch. The tigers reared up on their hind legs, threatening each other. The male delivered a series of powerful blows and threw the intruder aside. The predator picked the wrong opponent to plunder without consequences. Note that the cats seem to hang on their hind legs and are in no hurry to engage in close combat. This is a typical fighting tactic. Despite their incredible strength, tigers prefer to rely on speed during confrontations with other predators. They shift to ground fighting and put their full weight into strikes only as a last resort. In the end, the male let go of the female. Typically, tigers are quite loyal to members of their species. The hunter showed his rival not to mess with him, but he has no intention of maiming her. After all, the mating season is approaching, and they might have cubs soon. Although the introduction was intense, it followed the predator's style. Hyenas pose a serious threat to lions. These spotted scavengers are bold, aggressive, and much stronger than commonly believed. 2 hyenas can hold their ground against a lioness, while 3 can deal with her almost effortlessly. Such a hyena clan always has a numerical advantage over a lion pride. Battles between these species turn into a true war for territory and prey. Here, around a dozen hyenas attacked a male and female lion. The spotted aggressors feel confident, attempting to surround their opponents. However, the numerous and fierce predators don't realize the dangerous opponent they're engaging with. The lion and lioness are experienced, understanding that a solid defense can buy time, but only risky and bold tactics can secure victory from the enemy's claws. When hyenas try to encircle the lions, the panthers immediately and powerfully respond. They don't allow the ring to tighten and swiftly counterattack. The lions target a large hyena, a likely leader of the clan. The lioness charges straight at her. The hyena turns to flee, but other clan members must cover her. They just couldn't close the distance in time, as the predatory cat acted too swiftly. The lioness catches up, strikes the hyena from behind, but the opponent responds with a dangerous bite. The hyena's jaw's strength is immense, capable of crushing the lioness's paw with a single bite. Therefore, the cat retreats. However, the lioness's actions slowed the hyena down. The mighty and massive lion now easily catches up. In a few leaps, he gets close enough to, with a light touch of his clawed paw on the hyena, force her to turn. The spotted creature thinks she can once again fend off the enemy with a bite, not realizing who she's dealing with. When the hyena turns to grab the lion with her fangs, the powerful fighter is ready. The male catches the hyena's jaws, seizes her head, and instantly crushes the opponent. With a swift movement, he breaks the hyena's neck. It's a victory. Covering each other, the lion and lioness won't allow themselves to be surrounded, and will eliminate the entire hyena clan like this, and other clan members realize this and scatter at the sight of this terrifying reprisal. For every predator, there's a stronger opponent. These lionesses assembled a large group of hunters to attack these huge African buffaloes. The cats found the perfect ambush spot, approached their prey closely, and attacked at the perfect moment. Escaping from these agile cats was practically impossible. But the buffaloes didn't even attempt it. The lionesses didn't know who they were dealing with. These are massive and powerful males, weighing significantly more than half a ton. Initially, the bull yields to instinct and leaps away from the predators. But then, he immediately turns for a counterattack. It seems the lionesses underestimated the strength. Probably, if they managed to panic the herbivores, they could have swarmed the horned giant and overwhelmed him. However, the bull is unafraid. He boldly faces the charge, and the lionesses only narrowly evade his fierce strike at the very last moment. They are fortunate to avoid a collision. The buffalo is very heavy and massive. He lacks the agility of many younger relatives, but in this battle, it's not about agility, but raw powerful. The lionesses scatter. Lucky for them, there's shelter behind which they can hide. The buffalo confidently stares at his enemies, seemingly inviting further combat. It's amusing to watch as the offended lionesses casts a scorned glance at the prey, turns around, and leaves. Lions often scavenge, but acquiring it is not always as straightforward as one might think. On camera, there are instances when mighty males find food in shallow water, only to discover that this territory is already claimed. Huge crocodiles engage in combat. On land, the advantage is with the panthers, but in shallow water, reptiles possess enhanced maneuverability thanks to streamlined bodies and water support. The lion attempts to battle the opponent, but the crocodile demonstrates unexpected strength and attack speed. The lion delivers a powerful blow to the reptile's snout, but the armor holds. The crocodile presses the lion, bites him right on the face, posing a threat. The panther is fortunate to break free from the grip. If the crocodile had bitten harder, he could have literally torn the lion's jaw off. In both cases, the lions have to retreat. In these conditions, with such a dangerous opponent, it's better for this feline predator to avoid engagement. Here, crocodiles and hyenas simultaneously discovered the massive hippopotamus carcass at night. There's enough prey for everyone, so there's no real struggle. Crocodiles approach from the water's edge, and hyenas from the savanna side. However, the bold spotted creatures are too active. Reptiles struggle to maintain agility and movement speed at night since they are cold-blooded, and their body temperature depends on the environment around them. Therefore, hyenas have an advantage, attempting to push the crocodiles away from the food. However, they are unaware of the dangerous opponents they are dealing with. The reptiles observe the hyenas, and once these cheeky scavengers cross an invisible line, the mighty jaws of the cold-blooded predators snap right in front of their faces. Crocodiles deter hyenas multiple times, forcing them to retreat. The reptiles showed the hyenas who's in charge, allowing them to avoid an attack. If the scavengers were to sense weakness, they would have attacked the crocodiles as well. Thus, the aggressive resistance was crucial for the reptiles, and they held their ground. Crocodiles also engage in fights amongst themselves. Here, a massive reptile attempted to push a young, audacious companion. Perhaps the small crocodile thought that a defensive position would make him invulnerable even against a more massive opponent. However, the predatory reptile didn't understand the weapon the fellow used. The assertive aggressor realized the opponent wouldn't retreat, seized the smaller crocodile, and started spinning around its axis. The bite force of the reptile is terrifying, but merely grabbing and crushing the enemy isn't enough. Hence, the crocodile twirls the opponent's entire body during the rotation. This way, it dislocates the seized body part, crushes its bones, and stuns the unsuspecting opponent. The smaller crocodile falls silent. He's alive, but the injuries will remind him for many years. The summer proved to be exceptionally dry, complicating the lives of the lion pride. Fortunately, they have a sizable lake on their territory. However, the water level has dropped, and now the lake's shore is quite steep, with the depth unexpectedly increasing. Lions thought that it wouldn't be a problem since, like other large cats, they swim pretty well. Together, they approached the water's edge, thinking it's a place to descend for a drink or even a swim. However, the lions here were mistaken in thinking the water belonged to them. Indeed, the lake is within the hunting grounds of the pride, but it is inhabited by hippos. They are territorial animals and despise uninvited guests. These lions didn't show any aggression towards the hippos, so they believed that conflicts could be avoided. Well, the predators here clearly didn't understand who they were messing with. An enraged hippo heading towards the pride to teach them a lesson here. Instead of a direct frontal attack, the giant weighing more than 3 tons used a cunning tactic. Utilizing the lowered water lever in the lake, the hippo swam directly to the predators and remained unnoticed. All thanks to the depth rising sharply in that area and to the shore literally plummeting. Thus, the murky water concealed the hippo despite its impressive height. But at the right moment, the hippo lunged straight at the lion, casually sipping water. The panther recoiled and avoided falling into the water or clashing with the enemy. The hippo didn't pursue the attack any further. It turned out to be a prank. However, if the lion had chosen to fight, the enormous beast would have dragged it into the water, shattered the panther's spine with its jaws, and drowned it. Therefore, the lion did well to retreat. Still, now the entire pride will have to steer clear of the water. A Wolverine arranged a late dinner when it was noticed by a young and powerful wolf. He rushed at the smaller predator, thinking a sudden attack would guarantee victory. The wolf didn't know who he was dealing with. The Wolverine retreated for a moment, then regrouped and put an impressive resistance up. She bit him on the muzzle, swiped with her paws, and ignored his attacks as if it didn't feel any pain. And there are quite a few cases like these. Wolves are very powerful. Furthermore, they are considered large predators, almost on par with cougars in size. But the Wolverine doesn't care. Its dense fur, tough skin, and extremely high pain threshold allow the smaller creature to easily withstand attacks from the larger wolf. The gray predator doesn't understand who it's dealing with here, and the nimble Wolverine endures its onslaught before transitioning to the offensive. The wolf executes a series of expert attacks. When a neck bite proves ineffective, it attacks the Wolverine from behind. However, each time, the opponent repels the assault. Though the wolf manages to grab the target and starts shaking its head, tearing the skin, it fails to reach the muscles. The Wolverine itself fights back with powerful paws featuring huge, for an animal of its size, pads and long claws. And at any opportune moment, the Wolverine seizes the enemy by the nose with its terrifyingly powerful fangs. If she had given the wolf a bit more time, it would have broken her through her defense. But the Wolverine's too active fighting style doesn't allow the heavier and larger beast to leverage its mass advantage. The camera lens captured an impressive incident when wolves attempted to use their favorite trump card against the Wolverine. They attacked the enemy, having a numerical advantage here. 2 adult wolves against 1 Wolverine. The wolves' tactic in this case is based on the stretching technique. They surround the target, grab it from different sides, stretch its body, preventing the enemy from using its limbs and reaching with its jaws for a counterbite. Then they can immobilize the smaller animal and reach its abdomen. The wolves attacked almost simultaneously, but almost is not enough. As soon as one great predator lunges at the Wolverine, she delivers a stunning counter before the second one can even join the fray. Even the nearly synchronous actions of experienced pack hunters don't allow them to gain the upper hand over this fighter. The Wolverine twists, scatters the wolves, breaks out of the encirclement again and again. Wolves can fight and pursue prey for a very long time. The Wolverine knows this, so her plan is to inflict maximum damage on the wolves so that they understand victory will come at a high cost. The Wolverine doesn't care about minor injuries if she manages to engage with a wolf and, for example, gouge out its eyes, break its jaw, shatter its paw. With each new counterattack, the Wolverine's strikes become not less but only more dangerous. And the wolves realize they've engaged with the wrong opponent here, so they retreat before sustaining serious injuries. Which of today's cases where predators faced a tough resistance impressed you the most? Share your opinion in the comment section and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see more amazing moments from the world of nature.